This is the first episode I filmed and almost didn't share. I was a little frustrated in the edit as I'm finishing this up right now because I didn't shoot that good. But I want to share it for a couple of reasons. One, it's real. Two, there's some absolute tuning nuggets of gold in there that I'll even probably drop a sound effect for. And three, hang out to the end because we're on the road to 100K, and when we get there, we're going to do something amazing. Back to the episode. Hey friends, today we answer the age-old question, how do you broadhead tune? Do you move the rest to the arrow to the rest? A lot of this stuff is semi-new to me, so we're gonna go hang out with my friend Josh Jones at Spokane Valley Archery and go through the complete broadhead tuning process. Get your fixed broadheads to shoot just like your field points do, so your bow is super tuned, so you can shoot more efficiently through a game. No energy loss, that's a big deal. You want your arrows flying just like your field tips do. Let's go get it figured out. Hey buddy, how you doing? Come here. Let's get a little update on you. This is my dog that got her ACL surgery on her back left leg. She's back to pretty much full health. It's awesome. This looks kind of nice. Hey Josh Jones.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you need a bear shaft tune?
No, not at all.
No foreplay.
Well, I believe in foreplay, just not bear shaft tuning.
All right. We're gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna get my bow out. We're gonna get strapped up and go through this whole fixed blade tuning process.
What broadhead are you shooting?
We're gonna do this video with the micro Hades for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, with the micro Hades.
Good, you're making it easy on me.
The whole point of broadhead tuning, tell me if I get this wrong, is one, a perfect broadhead tune is going to indicate basically a perfect tune. No flaws if we can shoot very well with the broadhead on. And more importantly, no energy loss.
Correctamundo. The purpose of shooting your broadhead and your field point into the same spot is to ensure that those two cycle on the same plane. If those two cycle on the same plane, your arrow's bending the front point and the back point or the nodes in the exact same spot, and as they flex, they travel in a straight line. You get those two to hit in the same spot, nothing else fucking matters at all.
That's it. Let's get it, dude. We're gonna go
Get some of these
broadheads.
Is that the one you want?
That's the one I want.
That's the one you want? All right. Well, we probably had to grab this one too because both of these pegs are like empty downstairs from the weekend. So let's grab a bunch.
One cool thing Josh and I did that I haven't mentioned enough is if you want to buy any of this stuff, we made a discount code, baby.
Any goodies you want.
All the stuff. If you want to buy it, if you're going to buy it, Josh has a website, podiumarcher.com. I have a discount code, TimC. It'll get you 10% off. That's pretty cool. I'm going to get these on. And we're going to get them spun up. Make sure they're spinning nice and clean. Just do a little check on them. I like these broadheads, guys, but the main reason I like them is because they just fly like absolute darts. Best flying fixed broadheads I've ever shot, and they work well. Good, simple, clean, 3-blade design. Just a quick spin check here. Don't want no weeble wobbles at the start because that'll make your broadhead tuning a lot harder. So tell them what we got going here, Josh Jones.
Well, right here we're going to do a little bit of paper tuning, you know, that thing that doesn't do the job correctly. And we're going to make sure we have a literally perfect hole before we start running a broadhead through this bow to see where it goes. And you just shot one a second ago that looks definitely beautiful. So we're just going to triple check here. No, not so perfect, but pretty close. Close it up. Yeah, see that one's a little low right there, but this one right here, that is broadhead worthy. That should shoot good with the broadhead. So we'll see what happens here. See if old Fat Grip here can make a nice clean break on his hand here.
So basically we want to be paper tuned in the ballpark before we...
Yeah, there's no point in bothering to shoot a broadhead until you feel like you have a perfect hole. And when I mean say perfect, I mean perfect. If it's off like 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, you're going to be adjusting it no matter what. So you might as well try as best you can to get a perfectly clean hole. And that looks really good. Yeah, that one's still a little low right too. See, that is not a perfect hole.
So this is my last 3 holes.
Like that one looks perfect. That one, not so much. That one, not so much. You take the average of what you're doing. So this looks like it's a little low, a little right.
Yep.
So we probably want to bump the rest a little bit and try to clean that up before we even bother shooting a broadhead.
Couple clicks to the right.
Couple clicks to the right. These are always so fun to try to get at right here. Get my last little tighten here.
So that's our set, and then we're going to do a couple clicks.
Move this click uppy. Make sure I move this the right way. Tighten her back down. Send her through paper again. Round 2. Here we go. Let's get a clean hole. Yeah, that looks good. That looks like a good start. That's a little better.
You like it?
I like it. Let's go see what that does with the broadhead. We are going to first shoot a broadhead and then a field point. Don't ever shoot the field point first. This way you can't cut a fletch off if you made a perfect shot and everything went great.
Hit a little bit to the right.
A little tiny bit, but...
And I have a rattle.
One of them's not tightened down. Got indents. We didn't get it on all the way, I don't think. Doesn't matter. Just shoot it again with a field point. Aim at the exact same thing.
Now, do you remember the podcast we talked about this?
Yeah.
So this is the definition for a tuned bow is when the fixed points are hitting with the field points.
Correct.
Yep.
Everything else does not matter. A little left to right difference. So let's run down here real quick. Really close. Broadhead's a little bit right of the field point, barely. So I'm going to make him shoot it again. And if we get the same results, we're going to move the rest 1 or 2 clicks to the right. Round 2. See if how his hand grip is. Is he doing his job? Comment down below. Or is he adding a little adverse heel pressure with his heel in that position?
That's a good shot.
Okay, let's put a field point in there. How'd that feel?
Not bad. Like, if anything, it broke a touch left.
Shoot a field point again.
Went high, huh?
Yep.
That was a
Touching.
shot.
Touching.
This shot was money. I've never had this funky. If I'm gonna miss low typically.
Okay.
I'm seeing some 3 or 4 inch high flyers.
So after trying about 5 different sets of this, what we came to discover is he was getting an up and down difference between his broadhead and his field point. So we went over here to the draw board. It's good. So we got a gap here, and we don't have a gap here, so his factory strings appear to have settled, and it's a little out of time. So we're gonna put 1 twist in this little fella here, try to make it look like that little fella. 1 twist in here. Now these are twisted clockwise, so we're just going to go 1 twist clockwise to shorten it a little bit. Put it back on here. Look back over the end. Let it off.
Zippy, zippy.
Yeah, that's simple. And you're going to go shoot it again, see what your up and down does. No more excuses now.
It's quite scary.
You better telescope this one.
Broadhead first.
Broadhead first always.
That's the deal.
And don't aim at the middle one, because you're going through it already.
I gotta turn this on down here too.
Oh, that one's right in the middle of the dot.
Yeah, it is. That's what you guys say, all you big archery guys. It's a little harder for us amateurs. It was pretty clean.
That's not in the same hole.
It was a little low.
It is a little low. It was high and right. For the timing adjustment was where most of the field points were going, was high right in the dot, just on the edge. And that's pretty much where that is.
That was a good shot too.
They're that far apart.
Okay.
I wouldn't call that close. Now, the fletchings are about touching each other, but your field points like this and your broadheads like that. So it kind of looks like it, but I would say no. So pull it out one more time, see if you can get me the same results, and then we can mess with it.
Yeah, those were two good shots.
That's where the other one was. Right on the edge of the white red line in that dot. Now show me a field point that looks just like the previous one, and we'll make a change. We'll drop your arrow rest down a little bit. There you go. That's pretty close to where the previous two were. We'll move your arrow rest down. Our broadhead is hitting right and high, so we're going to move the arrow rest to the right and the arrow rest down for those adjustments.
So on verticals,
you
move the broadhead
to the field point, and then horizontals, you do the opposite.
It's pretty good.
Not circular. I'm saying that's even disproportionate. She's a little off, but okay. You got the gist.
Field point hits here.
We'll do a circle for a field point.
Yep. And then our broadhead hits here at the same vertical.
Star for a broadhead.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a right broadhead impact, which means you move your arrow rest to the right to correct that.
So for left rights, we follow.
You move the broadhead away from the arrow with the arrow rest. So if the broadhead's over here, you move the rest farther to the right.
Which moves everything to the right.
It does, but it moves that.
And then we recenter our left rights with our sight later.
This is not going to keep your impact point in the middle of the target. None of this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't be alarmed, but oh my God, it moved. That's why you shoot both of them, not you just shoot one. Because both of them are going to move. It's the impact of drasticness that they move that you're paying attention to.
Field point hits here.
Field point high.
Broadhead hits high, yes.
Okay, so this, you actually move the arrow rest, the broadhead toward the field point. It's the opposite of the other. Okay, so if your broadhead's high or above your field point, you will move your arrow rest down or your loop up. But if by moving your loop up, you're making a much more drastic movement, so you would want them to be like a foot apart before you ever considered moving your loop. Your timing will also affect this. So if your bow is out of time, you're going to see an up and down impact out of the timing.
That was me.
That was Tim. His was out of time a little bit, and that was where the up and down impact was coming from. We ended up moving the rest back to where we started from.
Okay, so broadhead high, rest down.
Correct. Field point, broadhead. So this is an arrow rest up movement, or moving the broadhead toward the field point. So on your arrow rest, move it up, or on your loop, move it down. But once again, you better have like over a foot impact difference at 20 yards before you even think about moving the loop. You will also find left to right impacts can be arrow spine, and low impacts can be a weak arrow as well. If you hit right and you're a right-hand shooter, that should be a weak arrow. If you keep moving it and you can't get rid of it, and you always moving to the right and your broadhead's always hitting to the right, that means it's weak. If it's always hitting to the left, no matter what, that means it's stiff or too stiff of an arrow. You can solve a weak arrow by lightening your poundage and test it and see if it gets better. So back your bow down like 2 full rotations on the limb bolts and see if the impact point corrects itself. Stiff arrow, you can increase your poundage or put more tip weight in to try to weaken the arrow to see if it corrects it. That's how you test those things without actually buying a different arrow. Last one, field point, broadhead. Broadhead's left, so you would move your arrow rest to the left, moving it away. Simple as that. Good?
Good.
It's a little bit of right movement. Stuff don't take much. You don't want to barely move it, just barely.
Yeah, I mean the right left is maybe 1/8 of an inch or something.
Well, the previous one was more than that, but anyway, we're going to come down a little bit.
How many clicks?
That was like 4.
4 clicks.
Pretty big difference there. We're actually about to where we started with your rest, because it was out of time when we started. Probably should have checked that first. Back at it. Let's send it. She's the defiant child.
Let's go top left out. That was a very nice shot.
Fabulous. Now give me another very nice shot, please.
2 in a row.
Give me 2 in a row, man.
That's asking for a lot.
Just this one time. Field point is low and right. So grab another broadhead and field point and shoot the far low right dot. See what we got. Broadhead first.
I gotta teach you to golf so I can harass you about stuff you're not good at.
Oh man, when am I gonna golf, Tim? I'm busy. Okay, now that is about where the feel point was in relation to aim at the middle. So just aim at the middle again. And that one is high of that and a little to the right.
So I flip-flopped them.
No, actually they're both feel points are to the right, but what our movement changed the impacts different. Probably shoot them again, and I know I'm wearing you out, but this is why this process sucks. It's way more finicky, and it's hard to know when it's right.
But I got 2 feel points to the right.
That was, I want to say, like 2 clicks. So when I say you make little movements, if this is accurate, right, you make little movements. That was 2 clicks, and now it's about the distance to the right that on the feel point where it was to the left.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just 2 clicks. Do it again, and if it is, we'll go back 1 click.
I felt okay about the shots.
Oh, them goodies. Goodies, 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 goodies. It's a lot of stands.
What's that?
I'm shopping.
20 odds. Broadhead. In the hopper.
Good. Shoot another one. Okay, let's blow it. But left, right, it's about the same. Is that broadhead?
Yeah.
It's the same spot as the other broadhead. Let's see what I have to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. Damn near touching the broadhead. Shall we go look? It's close. It's still high. Those are your feel points. Those are real close. Pull that out. Was this your broadhead? I thought this was your...
This one here is a feel point.
This is your broadhead. That's your feel point too. So we got opposites there. But that last feel point almost hit you. Round 4. Fight! It's 5 o'clock.
I aimed right at that thing that I hit.
Smacking the arrow.
Smacky, smacky!
Don't get me wrong, I want to say, yeah, you're good, but do it again. Here, why don't you take a breather? I'll go show them how your first one looks like.
Yeah.
You can do the fast forward part right now. No, you stay there. Don't move around. That looks pretty darn good, folks. I would say that's about perfect. Ooh, look at that. Boom. Cool. If that was aiming at the other one, it'd all be in a quarter right now. Give me one more.
That was a good strong shot.
We can close this out.
Close you out.
Not quite perfect, but close.
No,
Shoot one more.
It broke a touch left.
Well, it hit a touch left, so there you go. But either way, they're still really pretty darn close. Put this one in there, Tim. Come on. I can make it across. And do it. Stop fucking around. What's that from?
I don't know.
You better know.
I don't.
It's right up your professional alley.
Oh. It's in the cup.
That a boy. That is on the other arrow. That's the broadhead.
That was a good shot.
Now, if we transpose this position here and that position there, those two are like right there, and that is a great group. It is close enough to say, let's back up and see if you can do it farther away. Now we go as far as we can go in the building because it's a little windy outside. All the way down there. I know it looks like a mile down there, but it's only 30 yards. It's not that far.
That hit a little low right.
Looks like a bewildered look there. Doesn't matter where it goes. It matters that they all go there. That one's just to the left of it, but the height's the same. All right, see what it did. 30 yards, round 2. It's just a little low right of the dot. That one's high. Left to right's the same.
Okay.
But the left to right's exactly the same. Sharp stick.
That one was a little weird.
That's right.
It's a pretty good shot.
That one's where the first broadhead was pretty much.
Yeah.
So broadhead and field point at 30. So I think you're actually really close, but you probably ought to rest and try it again another day. But these are really, really close. I almost guarantee it.
Okay.
Be really surprised if it's not.
Can you see our little, right over Mia right now is our little red target. I'm just gonna sling some from deep to just kind of confirm. It's windy, I'm gonna spend some time doing this, but the moral of the story is I wanna make sure this is done right. It's a lot of arrows, but broadhead tune is very important. We want our broadheads flying as true as possible. So I'm gonna sling a few and confirm or deny what we think we know. I think for today here, we are very close, very close. Just a few more shots for confidence. Guys, look at this. It's thundering. I haven't seen the lightning yet. I want to show you these final shots. Everything felt good and crisp. That's what we got. From 50, let me give him a quick yank. Okay, field point, broadhead, field point, broadhead. Close enough to be dangerous. Oh, I should have sent Josh a picture of that. He'll just have to believe me. What do you think, little girl? What do you think? Let's wrap it there today. Those last two shots are basically touching tips at 50 like best friends would. I mean, good shots would. From here, I'll just observe, monitor, shoot some more, and maybe micro tune or move the rest one click, but I know it's right there. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel. It helps me more than you know. I'm not an archery expert. I'm able to do videos like this because of Josh. So go subscribe to his channel. He'll do deep dive stuff on this, archery nerd stuff. I'm just a guy that likes shooting my bow. Get your ticket punched to the world's greatest archery free tournament at 100,000 subscribers. When we get to 100,000 subscribers, I will host in partnership with Josh Jones, the world's greatest freest archery event here for you for being subscribed to the channel. If that's not enough, I don't know what is. I appreciate you guys. I will catch you back here, same time, same place, next week.